Bit of drift work being done here at Ipswich. Plenty of things happening. A beautiful kart track. Plenty of beautiful people out there in the crowd as well. It's been a great crowd today in the sun. Crowd wasn't too bad yesterday either, even though it rained. People had their umbrellas up, trying to stay out of it. But a really good crowd today as our contestants for the KA3 senior category out in the outgrid, getting ready to pop onto track. We have 5 categories left for adjudication. KA3 senior, the tag 125s, X30, KA2 and the KZ2 to wrap us up here at Ipswich. Great family atmosphere. A weekend at the kart track. Ipswich no exception. So our karts make their way out now for the KA2, KA3 senior category. Bit of a breeze blowing here. That's the only thing that's stopping it from being an absolute perfect day. But beautiful blue sky, temperature up to around about 18 degrees at the moment. And there is our grid, Matt.
Zach Hurd has really set this championship alight this weekend with his performances. He has been right there throughout the course of the weekend and will start this one on pole and is certainly in with a shot. Just over 20 points between himself and the championship leader in Christian Astasi, who will start down in 5th spot. To Adamson a further 17 points behind. G'day to Bosco there, CXR racing for him this weekend. Will Thompson, the Victorian, to start on the outside front row. Dom Penman, the local out of the Empire Kart Sport stable, will start from 3rd in the 70. The veteran Kip Foster for JGM in the 20 from 4. Then it's Astasi, a championship leader from 5. Spinks, Sasso, Adamson wants to try and make some ground in this one. Then Basso, Turner Patching, Elliston Findlay, Pease, Stratford, Rosso, Matty Feather out of 17th spot. Imran Ali, Jake Bradbury and Tyler Tillmans along with the rest of them. This is going to be a fascinating final. Zach Hurd has been utterly on fire in that Tom Williamson Motorsport Kart Republic to the point where that he has blown the championship open, moved into 2nd and is in with a shot of taking it right to the wire on September 7 down in Coffs Harbour.
Every category this weekend has had championship implications, whether it was a win or whether the championship was closed up.
It tends to happen at round number 4. It's just this weekend has been particularly dramatic. Add a bit of water to it as well, as we said before, and we are underway. But on the outside, it is Will Thompson out of Shepparton in Victoria that has got the best of it, and he assumes the race lead as they go down through the flip-flop on this opening lap.
14 minutes on the clock plus a lap for the KA3 seniors. We'll go through single file. Will Thompson, our leader, Zach Hurd, back into 2nd place from pole. He'll look to take that spot back sooner rather than later, I would think. That's the plan. Let's see if Will Thompson can stop that from happening. Kip Foster right up the back of them too, so it's a battle of 3 up the front after a lap.
So you've got the young, the old and the in-between in 1, 2 and 3. There's not much that Kip Foster hasn't done in this sport. The veteran West Australian, he's won over at the Supernats in the car park in Las Vegas. He builds the engines for the Jess Golding Motorsport team. He's got Murray Golding on the spanners with him this weekend. Quite often makes the trip over to the big events here at Ipswich, the home track for JGM, to show a little bit of support and go out and try and get some big victories. got a place in the championship. That's exactly what Zach Bird, White Zach Bird, doesn't need Tim Foster in front of him. We saw Jacob Ding there, the other driver from JGM this weekend. He made his championship debut in cadets. Great to have Jacob now part of the championship.
Christian Estasi with the fastest lap, 50.543.
There he goes for the second now, so he wants to get up to the racing with Will Thompson up the front. Third one the Jag 125 title back in 2022. Don't know that he would have expected to come into this weekend to walk away as a serious championship contender in KA3. That's exactly what he's going to be if things continue on. The Christian Stars is back there in 5th spot. Will bank some solid points as we head towards the final round.
We've spoken a lot about what drivers have to do to catch the championship leader in this round. We should focus on the other way around as well. Stasi just needs to keep on finishing ahead of his nearest opponents or with them, and he'll continue to have that gap in the championship lead.
Well, as it stands right now, if Hurd finishes in 2nd spot, he'll score 20 points, which will be 8 points stronger than Astasi down in 5th. To tick over 20 points between the pair of them, so that'll bring it down into the teens heading to the final round. However, we've still got 10 and a half minutes and a lap to go before we can even broach that subject, to be quite fair. And Zach Hurd is starting to wind it up out of the Tom Williamson stable. He's onto the back of Will Thompson, the Thompson Motors, number 14.
And he's done it with the fastest lap, as you can see, a 50.03. 10th of a second faster than Will Thompson on the last lap. Hence the margin now being quarter of a second, 0.25 or thereabouts between these two up the front. Thompson takes another lap lead. Bird, Foster, Spinks, Stars, Tony Spinks with the fastest lap this time round now, 49.893. There's only one or two drivers in the 49s. Now he's been joined by another couple as well. Sub 50, Jed Adamson being the fastest at 49.796. Sub 50 being the reality now for most of these top 10 drivers.
The top guys up to temperature, the fuel level starting to come down a little bit in these KA3 senior karts. Great to see the young fans here taking in all the action at our 4th round of the PSP Tours Australian Kart Championship. Oh, Tim Foster has been unloaded on the front straightaway. They went 3 wide down there, and Foster went for a trip through the mud and has lost a whole heap of ground. So that was unfortunate for him. Going to make a point there about Jed Adamson. He's a local driver here at Ipswich. This weekend he would have come in expecting to be well and truly up the front and get his championship back on track and take the battle to the New South Wales-based Astasi, but it's been the New South Wales-based Bird who's been the shot out of the gun since we dropped the karts on the track for qualifying yesterday.
So hard to get both things tuned together. The mind expectation and the reality of the kart as well. So much needs to go right. Getting the preparation for both body and machine to get yourself up the front and on the podium in a national championship. For Will Thompson, that is happening at this point in time. Zach Hurd the same.
They're evenly matched out there, 49 seconds for both Thompson and Hurd. Yeah, that's couple of years Thompson's involved in probably the most epic race in the history of the SP Tour Championship. The KA4 was then KA4 Junior, the finale when Pip Casabeni went on to win the championship. I think there were 5 or 6 drivers that were involved, or that were in with a shot at the championship. There was about 10 involved in this race. Go back through the files and check that one out. It was just absolutely epic down there at Todd Road. Starting out, all right, Performance Energy Kart got himself up to 4th. Dropping back to 5th placing after that incident a little bit earlier on, but Estasi starts at number 4, the new championship leader. He's punching on, he's at the top of your screen there, right behind Toby Stinson. Eclipses his fastest lap that time through.
I'm sure Toby Spinks would prefer if the Stasi wasn't where he is. Might make life a little bit easier for him, but Stasi's going to put pressure on from now onwards. And Spinks has got 2 choices. He can react, or he could just step aside. Typically react.
Spinks won't want to give up a podium without a fight. This is a great battle here. Dominic Penman getting past Kit Foster, and now Adamson up a spot. So Adamson needs to maximise the number of points that he can score. He definitely want to get past Penman, who was only 10th on points coming into this round. Adamson was 2nd. Burgess doesn't have that little bit extra pace to get in front of Thompson. He would like to grab those additional 5 points with Estasi in 4th and charging, because Estasi might be able to get himself past Gibson onto the podium, which would minimise the number of points that Hurd is able to gain on him.
Still 5 minutes to go though, and a lap. Plenty of time for Zach Hurd to make his way to the front of this field. And time for Will Thompson to say no, he won't. Up the inside, Estasi takes Spinks. Or was it Penman? No, Penman in 5th.
Tim Foster's just dropped off the pace a little bit there. I'm not sure whether he might have had a mechanical after that touch going down the front straight, or whether the car's going off a little. Keep an eye on that one for you. Top little battle going on here as they go through the mid part of the race circuit. Further back in the pack, but back up the front. Thompson's got about a 5 or 6 kart lengths lead, nearly 3/10 of a second over Zach Hurd here at the moment. Holding down that slight gap. I think about 16 or 17 years of age is Dominic Penman from up on the Sunshine Coast. Stepped up from juniors, and now he's got one of Australia's all-time greats on his tail as they work their way through the mid part of the race circuit in this one.
The good thing about karting is that the experience doesn't get you everything. You need the whole package, don't you? The young guys up against the older guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, there is muscle memory that someone like Kit Foster would be able to jump behind the wheel and, you know, do all of that. But then you've got, you know, the unbodied youthful exuberance of someone like a Dominic Penman, and you know that's the beauty. It's a sport for people from 7 to 70 plus. You can get involved, you can start racing at 7, start practicing just before that with 3 minutes to go here. There's 65 affiliated clubs across the country, from Cairns in the north to Hobart in the south, Coffs Harbour in the east and Albany in the west. There is definitely a club near you, and you can find your local club at karting.net.au, plus all the other information that you need, including our sub-junior program, that being the SP Tools Junior Sprockets.
Get involved. Keep it fun. As we come down the 2.5 minute mark, plus a lap in this KA3 senior race.
Hurd's picked up the pace here a bit, so there was only a tenth of a second in it between first and second. Getting down towards the business end of this one. Estasi's got through on Speaks into third position, so that one's crucial. The championship leader up to position number 3. Here's Hurd in second. Your former tag 125 Australian champion, wanting to become a KA3 champion. As he comes down this back straight, he'll be able to look over to his right and see that Estasi's got himself into third position, so that will no doubt motivate him to get up onto racing terms with Will Thompson and try an effective pass and grab that 5 points, putting Thompson between himself. Look at the pace just behind him that Estasi's got here. Estasi only a tenth of a second quicker than Hurd, but he was 2/10 of a second quicker than Thompson. But the door's not opening for Zach Hurd at the moment. He's going to have to force it open here.
Well, Thompson just proved to be a bit of a brick wall for Zach Hurd. He knows exactly where Estasi is. He's had a couple of looks over the shoulder. A minute to go. His main mission is to try and get in front of Will Thompson. It's just not as easy as you'd like it to be.
Been a bit of a swings and roundabouts kind of race, and it just hasn't opened up the door. The door just hasn't opened up for Zach Hurd, and certainly hasn't been able to force it open either. But it's come the way of Christian Estasi, having started in 5th. He's up to 3rd place now. Jet Adamson hasn't really moved forward too much. He's up 1 spot. Thompson, Hurd, then Estasi, Speaks, Penman, a great weekend for him. Foster, then Adamson, Elliston, Sasso and Stratford, the top 10. Zach Turner, who's had a great weekend, is currently in 11th position. He hasn't had any purchase to move forward. As we come to the 0 mark, we'll get the last lap called as they come around to the SP Tour straight away. And it looks like that Will Thompson has got this one in his safekeeping.
He's gone early.
Oh, he's got enough of a gap there. Hurd's not close enough. Although he did just do his personal best, as did Thompson. It's going to have to be a Herculean effort here from Zach Hurd to get it done. But it's certainly working in the favour of Estasi, but it's going to go to the wire at our next round. If Hurd has a weekend like he's been having here, anything is possible. It is going to be that tight. Hitting the back straight away for the final time. Will Thompson looking to stand on the top step of the podium in KA3 Senior here in Ipswich. The Victorian swings it out of the final turn, onto the front straight away, grabs the checkered flag, and it's Thompson by just over a tenth of a second on Hurd. Estasi home in 3rd spot, then Spinks, Penman, Foster to Adamson. It is game on, going to Coffs Harbour.
And for Will Thompson, his first round win for 2025. He'd been on the podium once so far this year, the 3rd in Melbourne. But now he gets to stand on the top step here at Ipswich. Will Thompson from Zach Hurd, Christian Estasi, Toby Spinks and Dominic Penman, our top 5. Foster, Adamson, Alliston, Sasso and Stratford making up the top 10. Turner, Marcus Flack in 12th place as we flip the page and go down a bit further. Matthew Basso there in 22nd. Chelsea Jones and Annabelle Kennedy down towards the back of the field as well. A field of 33 here in our KA3 senior category at Ipswich. A day we had yesterday that was to be forgettable weather-wise. Here today, a fantastic day. Blue sky, a bit of breeze, and plenty of action on the track, and plenty of action off the track as well. There he is, Will Thompson, claiming the round here in KA3 Senior. Well done to him. We'll take a break. Back with the presentations in just a tick.